Hey, how you doing today? I believe you're doing great. My name is Victor Charfa, International Transformational Speaker. Welcome to Sunspiration. Watching for the first time, wondering what is this Sunspiration all about? Or who is this strange guy sitting in some nice Nigerian top? Yeah, my name is Victor Charfa. I said before, I'm an International Transformational Speaker, author of the book The Seasons of Life, and also a corporate trainer. So I bring you Sunspiration every Sunday because I believe Sunspiration is where I dig into the Bible and get some inspiration to get you fired up for the week. I believe the Bible is the manual that was given to the human being when the human being was created. So any trouble, any problem, anything you're trying to work out in this life, the answer lies in the manual. When you buy a TV, you buy a car, you buy whatever equipment you buy, your phone, there is a manual for it, either online or in paper form. And so if you have any problems with it, you open the manual, you flip through, you troubleshoot, and you try and find a way to fix the device because the answer lies in the manual. So as a human being, we have the Holy Book, which has gone through all sorts of things in this life because the human has to walk alongside the Holy Book to find direction in life. So today, I'll be continuing on part 3 of a series which I've been talking about. If you missed one or two, it's on my YouTube page, it's on Instagram, and it's on Facebook, and that's at Victor Dowda Tarfa for Instagram, Victor Tarfa for Facebook, and also you can find on YouTube, which you just search my name, Victor Tarfa, find the YouTube channel, and you can watch it there. And when you watch it, you're inspired, share with others, tell them about it, they can join me every Sunday for Sunspiration. So, part 3 of the series, walking through this season with God. And today's topic for part 3 is, why did he allow it happen? Now, in the first one, we looked at who is God to us. The second series, we looked at who are we in him. And I made it clear last time that when I say in him, I mean you have to be part of his family for you to get the benefits, because he says we're the heir of his kingdom. And then now I'm looking at the third part, which I said is, why did he allow this to happen? So he's our father, he's our shepherd, and he still allowed the whole world to come into a shutdown. You know, this is even a terrible time for me to actually share it because so much has happened in the last 1 week, which I really might not even want to go into now because it might be looked at in so many different ways. But we know, we've been watching the news and we've seen so much that's happened in the last 1 week. And you begin to ask the question, why? Why did he allow this happen? Now, I believe God speaks to every single person in a different way. And every situation we go through, I believe we are all individuals. And it's up to us to go to him and ask the questions. But what I'm going to do today is I'm just going to trigger some things. Just get your brain ticking. So that when you go to him, maybe you can get better understanding. Now, first things first, we know what's going on in the world now. The whole world has come to shut down due to COVID-19, the virus. And so, when we're looking at everything, we're now thinking, God, why did you let this happen? There's people dying, people losing their livelihoods, families being broken. Some are separated from their families for weeks now because they were trapped in different countries when this whole thing started and the airport shut down. Why is this happening? But I looked in the manual and I was trying to work out, I said, okay, let's see if those have experienced some things in the book. But first things first, the question is, who owns the world? You know, the question we have to ask ourselves. Because if we're going to go back to something going wrong in the world, we have to go to the person that made the world. So I had to go back in the manual and say, hang on, let me just check again, just to make sure. And I looked at the book of Psalms and it says, the earth is the Lord's and everything in the world, and all who live in it. The earth is the Lord's, and everything in the world, and everything that lives in it. So it covers all areas. So clearly, he owns the earth. So he owns the earth. Just like I said, I own this house now. And so if something goes wrong in this house, everyone's going to come and ask me, why? What were you doing? Why didn't you take care? Why didn't you stop this from happening in your house? And the same way we're sort of thinking, okay, God, why have you let this happen? But I looked in the book again and I have a few examples. Job, even the devil went to God and said, yeah, he's your son, he's a good guy. Let me just tempt him a little. And God allowed it to happen. Look at Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in the book of Daniel. The same thing happened too. They refused to bow down to the gods, and the king said, yeah, stick them in the fire. And they said, you know what? We're not going to bow down. You put me in the fire, whether God saves us or not, we're happy to go in the fire. And off they went into the fire, and God delivered them. And look at Daniel too, the same thing. He was thrown into the lion's den, and God delivered him too. So these are people in which God allowed these things to happen to them, and he delivered them. That is the good news. And we can look at even Jesus Christ himself. He came to the world and died for us, and he was hung on the cross, and God raised him 3 days later. So when you look at all these phases, it's quite interesting when you look at how it all ended up. So yes, bad things still happen to good people, because clearly we can see that there. But why does he allow it to happen? I might not really have the answer for you, I'm afraid, today. I believe it's best you go to him, because last week I spoke about being in the kingdom. But I can give you one example here. I just told my son now he needs to go and do his drum lessons practice. And I told him the first time, he didn't listen to me. And I got very upset with him. And I've sent him off now, and he's doing his drum practice now. Now, in future, when he's playing drums either in big orchestras or he goes to some big schools and he's playing his drums there, he'll be having fun, enjoying himself, thinking, whoa, I know how to play drums very well. But now in his mind, he might be thinking, my father is too harsh. He's sending me off to go and learn how to play drums. But because I know the future, not that I really know the future, but because I've got more wisdom than him, because I'm older than him, I'm his father. I know what's best for him. So I'm sending him to go and learn so that in future, at least he knows, because obviously the music does a lot to build in the children's brain. So in future, when he's doing well, he will know, he will look back and say, wow, thank you very much. I remember when I went to school, secondary school in Lagos, then I was living all the way in northern Nigeria. And my parents sent me across the country to attend a secondary school. And I got angry. Even my late grandmother had to beg my father, take him out of that school. He's too far. He's homesick. But my dad said, no, he's staying there. And today I look back and I'm always excited knowing that. I'm glad I attended that particular secondary school in Lagos, because it shaped up my life beautifully. And I met great people, which we are still very close like brothers up till now. So the times in which we go through tough times in life and we think we're being punished, we think we're being stressed. And yes, things might be happening around us that doesn't look right, as we can see everything around us now. And I totally sympathize and empathize with everybody who is going through a tough time at this moment. But if you look at it all at the end, we have something to look forward to. Jesus rose again after 3 days. Daniel was delivered from a lion's den and nothing happened to him. And those who were trying to set him up, you all know what happened to them. They were the ones that were now thrown in the lion's den and they were eaten by the lions. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego were delivered from the fire. God was with them in the fire. So it clearly shows that as we're going through this time, God is actually with us through this season we're actually going through. But the question remains, why has he allowed it to happen? The truth is, I don't have the answer, but I can only share with you just to get your mind ticking. And I can say, spend time in his presence, ask the question. And if you watch this video and you feel you have an answer to this question, I would love to hear. I would love to hear an explanation too. But one thing I know for real is, I've got my eye on the end, because I know he's walking through with me. And I'm confident that the end is greater than what we're going through now. But I'll just give you one more assurance before I leave, just to reassure you, just in case you think, oh, he must be a terrible God, or maybe, oh, he's a wicked God, that's why I let it happen. But in his word again, he says, in his word again, he speaks to us in his word, and he says, for the Lord is good, and his love endures forever, in the book of Psalms. His faithfulness continues through all generations. So he has reassured us that he is good and his love endures forever. And his faithfulness through generations. So clearly he loves us. Clearly he's a faithful God. So we know we can still hang on to him and hold on to him even through this season. I go through times in my life and I always wonder, why am I going through this? And sometimes I always say, you know what? Sometimes you get to find out, sometimes you never do. But whichever way it is, I know and I'm confident. And his word reassures me every single time that he's with me. So we might have been asking this question all through this time. But I just want to reassure you, you might not have an answer now. But the most important thing you need to know is he is with you through the season. But also, if you really want to know why, spend time in his presence. I'm sure he will speak to you and will point you in the right direction. But whichever way it is, as long as we walk with him through this journey, there's 100% guarantee that at the end, we're going to have every cause to rejoice. Because we're going to look back, because he has reassured us that his love endures forever and his faithfulness is through all generations. Thank you for watching. Stay blessed. I love you all.